Hey guys, and welcome to Friends with Magic Season 7, Episode 13, The Perfect Pair. I'm gonna have to level with you guys on this one. I am recording this Thursday before Episode 12. This is the first time I am watching an episode out of order, and I am disappointed in myself for doing this, but let me just explain why. Yeah, I'm looking at the recording there. Should be okay. I hope so. Anyways, this episode, from what I was told, and I further know that if you have not seen it yet, then mute me right now because I'm about to say what this episode is about. This is the episode where we finally find out about Applejack's parents. This is the episode everybody had waited for since Season 1. And, yeah. A lot of people... Well, before I get into that, let me explain why I'm watching this out of order. Earlier today when I was going through YouTube watching videos, I saw a thumbnail of Applejack's parents. Yeah. Thanks to Canada, Australia, or whoever's airing these two twice a week, I have been spoiled on her parents. Technically, I don't know if it was a fan image or if it's just ponies that look like them. I have no idea. I mean, once, when Simple Ways aired, somebody uploaded that with an inappropriate adult thumbnail. A thumbnail that was 100% 18 and over. It was the actual episode. That thumbnail was just there as a joke. And I also seen thumbnails like the Crusaders of the Lost Ark. The thumbnail to that video showed the CMC over a bridge, which there was no bridge in that episode. So, I am now fully aware that some thumbnails are actually fan images, but the video itself is the episode. It's just some people that forget us with the thumbnails. I wish a lot more people respected everybody else and made custom thumbnails. Or at least choose a thumbnail that doesn't have anything too spoiling. Ruffy's 2 was spoiled on Daybreak though. And he was so appalled and disappointed in that, he decided to react to the episodes when they air, officially or not, because Daybreak was his final fall. And for my final fall, it was Applejack's parents. Now, I only saw it once, but as soon as I realized what the thumbnail was, I immediately fell down and looked away from the screen. But that very well could have been her parents. And I really only saw details of her mom. But, yeah. Let me make one thing clear. I know full well that thumbnails has spoiled me many times before. The Lost Treasure of Riverstone. I waited since Season 1 to see Dilda again, and I saw Dilda in the thumbnails before I actually reacted to the episode. The thumbnails are the one thing nobody can really do anything about. You are going to see the thumbnail when you go to download the episodes. You're going to see an image that may contain a huge spoiler, but you can't help that because nobody bothers to censor it, to put a different thumbnail up. Applejack kinda did, but he kinda took those down as the episode officially aired. Me? Yeah, I was a little disappointed that I yawned up Daybreak the weeks before the episode officially aired. But the reason why I wasn't totally upset over that is because I care more about the journey the experience of seeing how things unfold. Yeah, you do get spoiled on the ending of a film, but that doesn't change the rest of the film. Unless the character actually dies. Now that ruins it. But the experience of it, that's what I look forward to the most, because I know I am going to see thumbnails that are going to spoil things for me. I can't do anything about that. They're there, I have to deal with it, and just hope I can find a copy fast enough without getting too much of a spoiler. But that thumbnail of Episad's parents, if it was them, I'm sorry. This, it says one thing I do not want to be spoiled on. I either have to watch this right now, or we're spoiling something else, because this Saturday we're going to get episode 12. Next Saturday we're going to get episode 13, I believe. So, yeah, it's still going to be a week and a half closely before this episode officially airs. Now, I'm not going to upload it until it does officially air, but I just can't risk it. I just don't want to see a spoiler that ruins the revelation. The revelation I'm talking about. For years, people believed and realized, and it was probably even performed by two shooting stars, that the parents of Apple Bloom, Ben Matt, and Epicet are dead, and they had been dead for a few years. But some people, like me, tries to believe that they are still alive. Have any of you seen the show Hey Arnold? Hey Arnold was a good show, and Arnold was in the same boat as the Apples. He basically never knew his parents. I mean, since spoilers if you haven't seen Hey Arnold, but I'm not mentioning this. In Hey Arnold, Arnold was raised by his friend's parents when he was a baby because his parents disappeared. And for the entirety of the entire Hey Arnold show, from start to end, it was believed his parents were dead. However, taking the series final, when Hey Arnold officially ended, it ended on a cliffhanger that brought up the possibility that they could still be alive. And if they were, they would have been alive, because Hey Arnold was originally meant to end on a big film. A movie where Arnold goes searching for his parents. However, that film was cancelled. So while his parents were indeed alive or not, whether Arnold would actually find them alive, sadly, we will never know the truth to that. But Hey Arnold ended on a cliffhanger where his parents could be alive. And it's definitely frustrating and sad that we are never going to know the truth to that because they canceled the movie. And Hey Arnold is why I always held hope that the Apple parents are still alive, because, yeah, somebody commented the two shooting stars in Apple Family Reunion were Apple's parents. However, that still doesn't perform anything.
Hold on.
Here's my mom. Hello.
You want McChickens?
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know that the chances of the parents being alive are very, very slim, like 5, maybe 10% possible. But you could never know. I mean, this show, it can be incredibly creative and good when it wants to be. I mean, yeah, some people will probably be hugely disappointed that they aren't dead. But nothing in the show really confirms that they are dead. There are evidence that they are dead. One evidence was when Apple filmed out a Tootie Mart. Appleset said if their parents were here, they would be so proud. That doesn't necessarily mean they're dead. Again, going back to Hey Arnold, everybody thought Arnold's parents were dead. But at the very end, it was hinted at and implied that they are still alive. And Arnold was going to find them. He was going to look for them. Now, there was no evidence that they were still alive, but it was implied that they could have been alive. That would be the greatest mystery of Hey Arnold. Was his parents still alive, or was he going to search it for them in vain? I really don't know what would have happened if they made that film, but at the very least, now, we can find out once and for all if the Apple parents are dead, or if they are still alive. I'm not really okay with watching this out of order, but I do not want to be spoiled further. At the very least, I saw the four of the parents in episode 10 when Celeste was looking at the wings. I don't know the Tootie Marts. I don't really know the faces that well, because I looked away as soon as I realized what the thumbnail was. But I either watch this now, or I risk being spoiled on the one thing I have waited years to find out, and so has everybody else. So, without further ado, my friends, let's get to it. Are the parents dead? Are they alive? Does Apple film find ponies that look like their parents? So that very well to be possible. Yeah? And I am back. One of the dogs peed in the hallway and I had to get it up. Oh well. I don't mind. My mom's kind of having issues with her Wiz right now. It's not broke, but sure feels like it does. Okay. The better the position. Yeah, that'll be good. Without further ado, let's get to the one episode everybody had waited for since season 1. I was playing the game on the 360, but I'm more just only watching this episode right now. One, so let's just open it already. Here we go. Here we go. Mother died, mother died, mother died. I am so nervous. Hey, Apple Bloom. They thought it was from the video I downloaded. There's Apple Bloom walking in the beauty market? You look familiar.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know where he is.
I'm Apple Bloom.
I'm Grand Pear.
When
Welcome
Pear?
to Ponyville.
You mean welcome back to Ponyville. Grand Pear was originally from here before he opened his famous Pear Jam store in Vancouver.
Really? Why'd you move back?
I needed a change of pace.
Huh.
Is he her father?
I can't believe I've gone my whole life without ever having this.
Glad you like it.
How
Oh my daughter, that is...
No.
No, I don't think it is, but
Grand Pear, sir?
I got the feeling.
It was real nice meeting you.
Pancakes.
Glad you're back, Sugar Cube. Just in time for breakfast for dinner.
I got the perfect topper for flapjacks at the market today.
Pear jam? What were you thinking?
What the...
Wait, how did...
What's the deal? real! What? Is there a connection? Why were they freaked out so heavily about Pear, Sam? Wait, is that even a thing? I mean, are they just so against using anything but apples? I don't think FIM myth is that hard, that stubborn. The only deal was not it showing apple cider. Well, not sharing it. What is going on, guys?
It's just pear jam.
The big deal is that there is a long-standing feud between the apples and the pears.
Oh!
Why?
Feud.
Actually, I'm not really sure. You have any idea, Big Mac?
Nope.
Okay, wait a minute, should be
Granny?
getting right there in the kitchen. Yep, there she is.
What goes better with apple fritter flapjacks? Caramel syrup or praline?
Praline? Ooh, that smells great, Applejack. I'm gonna go wash up for supper. Be right back.
They have an outhouse?
Anytime Big Mac and I ever asked Granny about the feud or the pears, she'd get so upset she couldn't talk. Best not bring it up.
Okay, but
Were the pears involved in
even though I'm an
with the
apple,
apples still disappearing?
Me too. But if we can't ask Granny, I don't know who. We can ask Goldie Delicious. If any pony knows about the feud, it's
Go back to the old stallion that showed her it. He to tell her. Tell you guys.
sibling trip first thing tomorrow?
Yup.
Without doing any myth either. I see that much stuff. Talk about a hairball.
That's how you make an entrance.
Never noticed a titty mark before.
Well, anyway, it's so
I wonder if we see Cinder Pony again.
Oh, the pleasure.
Well, Goldie, we were hoping you could tell us about the feud with the apples and the pears.
Oh dear. Well, does Granny Smith know you're here?
No, ma'am. But I ran into Grand Pear yesterday, and he was real nice. Maybe the feud was a misunderstanding or something, and we can fix it?
Well, I don't know about that, little one, but if it's the story you're after, I suppose you have a right to know. And let's see, I'm gonna step
Yes,
away
he's a
from-
young kid. She needs to know.
Happy Family History, Volume 137.
137?
Here we are. Feud with the bears. I mean pears. My eyes ain't what they used to be. A long time ago, Sweet Apple Acres wasn't the only farm in Ponyville. In fact, there was another one just right next door.
Why next door?
Come and get your apples. Nothing sweeter than biting into
The whole running myth.
beautiful fall day.
See, is that Youngstone's pie?
Right into a juicy pear.
Ah, that's the old stallion we just saw.
Pears are just what happens when you ain't no good at farming apples.
So, another ace for a running myth.
Just candy.
I love her design here.
Or sour, like the expression on your face right now.
And so it went. Granny and Grand Pear were always at each other. Who was the best farmer?
So, use that limestone pie with that mean.
Granny read to her trees at night.
Not the moon on the moon. Did continuity.
Reached his branches up to the moon, and the moon said, good night.
Why, then Grand Pear had special blankets made for his trees so they wouldn't get cold.
Good night, trees. I've got you covered.
Oh my god. Is this a woman who's Juliet toy? Oh, here's the apples.
In fact, all the apples and the pears were rivals to the core. The only apple and pear who ever got along were Bright Macintosh and Pear Butter.
The parents! Hello!
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
I'm not supposed to talk to you
Huh.
either.
The mouse on the thumbnail,
If you
oh
put
yeah.
buttercup under your chin,
Huh.
it'll make your chin.
So there's the apple
but it doesn't
parents.
work on me. See?
Does it work on me?
It sure does, Buttercup.
Buttercup. I like that name.
Huh. So I did the thumbnail I saw wasn't of the parents.
Bright Mac and Buttercup, those are our parents' names.
Of course, Buttercup was just a nickname your father gave your mother, Pear Butter. Well, that was her given name.
Are you saying our mother was a pear?
And Granny Myth knew it.
We are half pear?
Can't believe it. How did we not know?
Well, no pony called your mother Pear Butter. And her cutie mark was a preserved jar, but pear butter don't look too much different from apple butter, so no clues there.
Is there anything else you can tell us about them?
I know they loved each other very much. They had that magical, star-kissed, other side of a rainbow kind of love. You couldn't be around them too long and not feel a little bit lighter than air.
The footnotes also the male with Apple Flim's fall in Maine. So that could have been her mom. Thank God.
I'm sure I could wrangle it in a couple of days.
That's all right.
Where's Pinkie Pie when you need her?
Nice just to hear it.
I just remembered something. Your dad and his buddy Burnt Oak would get in all kinds of trouble together as colts.
Burnt Oak? The firewood sales pony? I haven't seen him in ages.
He and your dad were thick as thieves back in the day. You ought to talk to him.
Oh, God.
Well, well, if it isn't the apples, what can I do for you? I know
Who does he remind me of right
you got
now?
more trees than any pony in Ponyville.
You're right. We're not here for that.
You come to ask about your dad?
Yep.
Well, I wondered if you might. Hoped you would. It's nice to talk about him. We had a lot of laughs. In fact, this one time, we were racing to see who could till the fastest, and Bright Mac was leaving me in the dust.
Applebee's is gonna have a heart attack when he sees this. Oh, God! That started the feud. Right there.
Pear Butter, what did you do?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
You didn't do it, sir.
Excuse me?
The water silo. It was my fault.
Well, you owe me a new silo, boy. And you?
He had the same team as Ben Mac almost.
No daughter of mine is gonna make goo-goo eyes at an apple.
If this was Pumpkinhead, yeah, this would be terrifying right now. You familiar with I mean that
never
is.
would have known it was your father's fault. But there was no way he'd let your mother take the blame for something he did.
So Dad was super honest. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yep.
Your dad worked the apple farm all day and then headed over to the pears on his breaks to fix the water silo. I didn't see him for weeks. Not that he minded. Gave him a chance to get to know your mom.
Did you know our mom too?
Buttercup was a real peach of a pear. But if you want to know more about her, you should ask Mrs. Cake.
Mrs. Cake?
She and your mom were inseparable when they were fillies.
Then let's go. Thanks,
Where does the pie pit fit in with it?
Would it be okay if we stop by again sometime to hear more stories?
I'd like that very much.
Okay. So next into the Pinkie Pie and the Pie family.
Cinnamon sugar on toast. All three apple siblings.
Hi, Mrs. Cake. We heard you and our ma used to be real good friends, and we were hoping you could tell us a bit about her.
Oh, I would love to. I never knew the right time to bring it up, but I'm so glad you came.
I just realized Pumpkin Cake has little four.
Who convinced me to
Although sure that's her dad.
But isn't your name Mrs. Cake?
But it's just
Not always.
it's doing detail I notice.
Chiffon squirrel. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. But one
Oh, so I'm doing all,
your
oh, that's
mom brought
okay.
me some candied pears, eggs, flour, sugar, and vanilla, and told me to just be
So
patient.
what happened to make the pears
I knew I
we
was making a
Ponyville?
pear upside down cake, and I got my cutie mark. It was like she knew what I was supposed to do long before I did.
Just like you should do. Or rather,
Okay.
you're just like her.
That was the first
I would say reincarnation, but
Buttercup was with me.
yes, that is. Oh my God, it is adorable. Oh my god, fan art! I want to see fan art!
And prep new ingredients. Over the years, I perfected my recipes.
So when did you meet Mr. Tate?
So much for me. One day, I wanted to surprise her with a cake.
Oh, it's each other in secret. Oops.
Oh, it's just you.
Sorry. I just brought you a little something to say thank you. But I see you're busy.
Okay.
Promise you won't say anything?
Oh god, Winnie Smith.
What in tarnation are you doing, Brat Neck? We do not fraternize with pears. You and Bright Mac? Oh, I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Your families hate each other.
Why are they in a feud, though? Film and Film Pears, I'm saying it right now. They're part of the Pears family.
Story I have ever heard.
Happy 131,456 hour anniversary, darling.
My god, you're good at math.
That's way longer than we've been together.
I know, but it's the anniversary of the first time I called you Buttercup.
Aww.
It's okay if you didn't get me anything.
Wait a minute, your head is very similar to Episod's.
For me, but
It's just a bit brighter.
I don't know how to play.
Quiet, you.
So I wonder what started this feud.
We're far apart, and
No, I thought I called it right. Romeo and Juliet. As we called it right.
and sure as I breathe the air, I know we are the perfect pair.
Aww.
Perfectly path that goes on.
Aphrodite's gonna die of a heart attack. I'm just saying that right now.
But it's worth it just to see you smile.
Aww.
I cannot be pulled apart from the hold you have in my
So when did they first have the kids?
The world
Was that before or after the Pears move away?
You're in my head like a catchy song.
Wow, it's just wow.
Do you like it? Be honest now.
It's the best gift you could have given me.
Seasons change and
I remember the phone guy didn't actually spoil the designs. I thought they just swapped the colors.
and rain or shine, you'll always be mine.
Aww. Okay, that really could have been Appleseye's hat.
That goes on for mine.
What started the feud? I want to know that.
Makes it all
I want to know. I want to know what started the feud.
and you should not blame me
Aww.
if I can't help
He went back and finished the song for her.
you.
Oh, yep, she said yes.
Hey, no fair. I was gonna tell you the same thing.
You're just mad I beat you to it.
I'm telling you, I was gonna pull you up, cover your eyes, lead you over here, and say surprise.
Oh.
And then you'd say, "Oh, Bright Mac, I love it."
Wait,
And then
Black Matt?
I love you.
Big Matt the Todd is Matt Sr.
Yep. Too bad.
I see what they did there.
The Pears are moving.
I mean, I figured the Pears moved, but I didn't know all that stuff happened before with Granny and Grandpa.
Your parents still had to be together for you to be born.
We're moving to Vancouver? But that's so far.
It's what's best. There's acres of untouched land and a warehouse to make our jams. We'll get to expand our business and get away from those gosh darn apples.
Pear Butter was devastated, but seeing no way out of it, she did what she had to do.
So, that's it?
What do you want me to do, Brat Mac? We're moving. I love you, but
I have to stay with my family. Then Bright Mac did the most romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do.
What did it do?
We're gonna need one more pony to tell that story.
Mayor, you knew our parents?
Not as well as Mrs. Cake, but I did play a part in their love story. The night before
Aw.
the Pear family moved, Bright Mac asked me to meet him at the edge of Sweet Apple Acres.
Oh my gosh, see what marriage?
I don't want to be apart from you, ever. I'm not sure what we'll do, but I'm sure of us. So sure that I'd marry you today.
Oh.
Too.
I think...
And I see she still has her pink hair.
I had the honor of officiating your parents' secret wedding, and it was perfect. Bright Mac knew Buttercup wouldn't want a big splash.
Reminds me of some pony else I know.
Oh, Babsy
So we
reference.
had a special way to seal their vows. I now pronounce you...
What is going on? What's with all these hair candles?
Pear butter! Where are you? You're supposed to be packing. What are you two doing?
Well,
Grandpear, Buttercup and I are in love.
What? And we'll be married as soon as Mayor says...
Oh, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Doesn't that feel nice?
What are you talking about, married? You two can't be married.
Finally, something we can agree on. Pear butter, enough of this nonsense.
just tell the parents no. Well, grandparents, I guess.
But the apples are my family now, too.
You can't be serious. Are you choosing to be an apple over being a pear?
Are you making me choose?
Yes, I am.
Then yeah, I guess I am.
Fine.
What started this feud? Oh, I didn't really move was kind enough to step it
I
there.
can't believe Grandpear just up and left Ma like that. No wonder Granny never told us about any of this.
These things are never easy.
And it's hard to know when it is a good time.
It seems to me that now's as good a time as any.
To talk to both our grandparents.
Maybe we're about to find out what happened to the apple parents.
Excuse me, Grandpa?
I'm Applejack, and this year's Big Macintosh. But you already know who we are, don't you?
Sure do.
Did you really move to Ponyville just for a change of pace?
No.
Then you came here because you're sorry and you want to get to know us too?
I'm so sorry. I was just so angry, but I never...
It's in the past, Grandpa.
Oh.
Oh, can I call you Grandpa Pear?
Sure can.
So, this is what happened.
Where'd you all get to? I ain't seen Hydra Harriers all day.
We've been all over, learning about our parents.
Me you have?
And our grandfather.
So, you're back, hmm?
Sure am. Never should have left.
Finding you and learning all about Mom and Dad, I feel like I found
Wait a minute.
things to me I didn't even know was missing.
Are they gonna perform what happened to them?
Feel closer to them somehow.
I'm sorry. I should have told you all about them sooner.
And I should have been here. I can't believe I let a silly feud keep me from my family.
Nothing's keeping you from us now. Let's not miss anything else.
Applejack's right. Welcome back, prickly old Pear.
Thanks, you old crabapple.
Now that we're all together, there's something we want to show you. Mom and Dad left us something to remember them by. Come on.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay, that's one of the million shapes that we could have took.
If anything's gonna make it through, it's apples and pears.
I can already imagine everybody's reaction. Nice muting. So I'm gonna have to mute it. Okay. Okay, it just stops there. But I'm gonna let the dogs have it and I'll be right back. I know, hold on. There you go. Well, I'm actually very happy. I'm happy I saw this. I'm glad I saw this now. I probably did something dumb when I saw that thumbnail, but it looks like that was the fan image because the mom was little with red mane. So, yeah, that was not Apple Bloom's mother. She was like an adult Apple Bloom, to be honest. So, yeah. This episode did not confirm what happened to the parents. Now, I know everybody's gonna keep telling me that they're dead. The show is just heavily implying in this episode, for most, will be the final nail in the coffin that, yes, they are dead. I'm still gonna hold out hope that they could still be alive, like the possibility of it being the same in Hey Arnold. But we probably will never fully know what happened. I'm not saying that they're not dead. I'm not saying they are dead. It says we don't know. This episode will be the final thing people need. 95% of the fan base is going to say this episode finally confirms it. Okay. This was a nice episode. It was heartwarming, tear-soaking almost. I have to wonder what caused that food though, but I guess it's best not to know. And I don't know what... I just don't know what to say. I'm happy I loved this episode, and it was good that it a lot of backstory for the apples. Yeah. You know, it was as we confirmed that Freddy Myth is not an apple. And what was it called? The episode where Freddy Myth talked about, you know, founding Ponyville. She called her family the Myth family. So apparently at one point, the Myths married into the Apple families. So, apples had Big Mac, Apple Bloom, all apples, but Granny Myth is not an apple, because she's still called Myth. So that to be her own choice. So, did she have any kids? You would say that she's probably the mom to Applejack's dad. What was his name again? Witch Mac? I don't know. But did he ever refer to her as mom? So if it turns out Film and Flam are pairs, my God, everything makes sense now. This was good. I had no idea if this episode, when we whenever we was gonna get this episode, I wondered if it was gonna be in a flashback or mainly present, because if it was shown in a flashback, then yeah, nobody's much as thing besides finally learning about who they were. I really still want to believe that they should still be alive. But there's just so much evidence against it now. And yeah, both Rennie Milf and Pear, they were so emotional and crying over it. And I guess even Apple Bloom knows what happens to the parents, because they did not bring it up. This is like where the apples lies. During the flashback, Big Mac and Appleset, they were not concerned about their parents, period. The only thing they were scared of was Randy Myth finding out. They were only scared of Randy Myth finding out about what they got themselves into. They did not, even for a second, were worried about their parents finding out. That seems to imply that, I don't know, but this is odd that they show no concern over what their parents would say about that huge lie they got involved with. And we never seen Apple Bloom there either. As we went and made a theory about Apple Bloom being adopted, and one of the apples does look to be a full-grown Apple Bloom. And I mentioned that that could have been her mom, or I don't know. I guess that theory is busted now. Yeah, I guess it is better because she got her maiden form from her father. I wish they see the reincarnation of her mom, but her mom would always need to be dead for her to be a reincarnation, and that would be such a paradox. I'm happy I saw this episode. Now, it is impossible for me to be spoiled now, and I'm happy for that. I was so worried that I was spoiled. So the only question remains, what happened to their parents? That is a question we may never get an answer to. Maybe the comments? I don't know, if you look at the comments, some of the Griffins are totally redesigned. And you really can't say the comments are canon if the characters are so drastically different. I mean, my God. Anyways. Whether we ever know what happened to the parents or not, I guess it does not matter. So this episode will be so much more than enough. Now, it could always be possible, like in Hey Arnold, that they can go ahead and retcon it a little bit where it's possible that they could be alive. Again, in Hey Arnold, at the very, very end, it was teased that they could be alive. But unfortunately, that movie that it was leading into got cancelled. So we will never ultimately know the fate of Arnold's parents. All because they ain't on the cliffhanger to a movie, and they just never made it. I saw it at the cover art. I don't know. Well, I'm still always gonna hold hope that these parents could be alive. But whether they're dead or alive, it does not matter. At least we finally got to see them. And Appledeet, my daughter Appledeet, I am gonna be so happy to that your reaction when, I get to it. I'm happy I watched this when I did. if you're gonna keep telling me that, I don't know, it's always possible that they go and retcon it, but I guess that's always a possibility. But they really do seem to imply that it's just not there anymore. And now at the very least, Appleset, Ben Matt, and Apple Bloom just to learn more about the family through the grandpair. Grandpair pair? I don't know. Okay. I have no idea what to say. The fact that Apple Bloom's mom was such good friends with Winnie Myth, and they never knew that. I mean, how do you explain that? How do you explain that? I mean, if they were such good friends, and it really does seem like that they were still friends up to whatever happened, but why wouldn't their kids know? All of these years? I mean, we saw Appleset and Ben Matt in a flashback where they were tall, close to their age right now. And Winnie Myth is practically the same age, it's just the main is a little bit different. So why is it that they never learned about Mrs. Tate? Is that a continuity error? Because if they were really good friends, they would have known that while the parents were still alive, because their mom and Mrs. Tate would still hang with each other. They would see each other. But apparently they never knew. I mean, it is possible that they did knew they were good friends, but they just never talked about the pairs, because I really don't know how to explain that. The revelation of there being half pairs is shocking to them. I mean, I don't know how to explain this. I guess that it was just so painful to relive that memory that they just chose not to talk about it. In a surprise scene, I said, is this a Romeo and Juliet story? And it turns out, yes, it was. I want to see more. I want to learn more about these two. I mean, this is just an emotional episode. This is going to be my favorite episode of Season 7, bar none. I wish I could talk more about it, but I just don't know what to say. I tell you what, since it's going to be 2 more Saturdays before I upload this, by then I'm probably going to, at the very least, think about it more, watch other reactions of it, because I can do that now, and just process all my thoughts and just write it down in the description. But yeah, I'm happy I saw this episode, and if I hadn't seen that thumbnail, I never would have. out of curiosity, let me see if I can find that thumbnail. And if I do, I will screenshot it. Because this thumbnail made me watch this episode. Because I just did not want to get spoiled on this episode. For all you fans that really believe that parents are dead, I will go ahead and say, yes, the show heavily implies that they are dead, and me just believing that they could still be alive is basically pointless. But you could never know. You says, could never know. Dane changes. Dane changes. Plan change. I mean, you know Fall's original plans for Twilight. When asked about the season 3 finale, Storm Falls actually stated her original plans for Twilight were now impossible. So, our turn Twilight at the 30s was never meant to happen. And it changed because she did not have the final say anymore. And here's the thumbnail right here. Apparently, it is of her parents. I suppose that as soon as I saw it, I just turned my head away so fast. So, yeah, I thought it was the mom wearing the hat. But apparently I got away so fast I really did not even see it. But there. I thank you for watching this with me, and if you want to see what my actual thoughts and feelings are, look down in the description because I just cannot say anything right now. I'm just speechless. So, I just look below, because when I upload this, my thoughts and feelings will be in writing. I will see you after episode 12, and when this episode officially airs, I shall see you on that Saturday. Until then, I thank you for watching, and I desperately wanted on more. And that's good. Whoever wrote this episode, my God, this is how they get you to want more of the story. But unfortunately, we might not get anything else on the parents for a long time. I guess we just have to wait and see. We waited 7 years for this episode, and I gotta say, it was worth it. My God, it was worth the wait. I will see you in episode 12, and the Saturday after that, I shall see you for this episode. Take care, and Appledeet, I just can't wait to see your reaction, buddy. I know this is going to be your favorite episode of the entire show. I just already tell it. Now I have to keep out for fan art. My God. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to be very careful when I go searching for fan art of these two. I'll see you next time.